What is going on, everybody? So, went to the doctor's office today. We had me and my wife set a doctor's appointment. Me, her, my mother-in-law, and of course, we had the girls with us. Went to the doctor's office and just got us a checkup because I haven't been since I was a child to any physician. I've taken fairly good, decent care of myself, but there were some things I needed to work on. When I got on the scale, they weighed me and saw that I was at around 270, 278, stuff like that. And got on the scale today and they saw that I was in that 270 range. Uh, they said at my height, at my age, it was like that's high. And they wanted me to get that down to a more um get that down to a lower weight. They ended up doing some blood work and checking my blood pressure, and they was like, your blood pressure is elevated, and they wanted me to work on that as well. Everything else was pretty clean. Everything else was pretty clear. But they definitely wanted me to work on the blood pressure. So for the next couple of weeks, I'll be logging my morning time blood pressure as well as my nighttime blood pressure. And they're going to have me do that for 2 weeks. I'll be logging those and then I'll send that log in at the end of the 2 weeks to the physician. We have an appointment to meet up with him again in a year. And he's going to kind of do a follow up with us and just see what's going on, any changes in weight, any changes in the blood pressure, anything like that, um, and we'll go from there. He's wanting to do this 2 weeks with me to see whether or not they want to put me on medication for it. Now, I really don't want to get on medication, so I gotta take a few more measures to try to prevent that and see what I can do naturally, to prevent having to do that. Now, there is a possibility that I may have to do it anyway and just do it at a lower dosage, a lower pace that may not be as aggressive. But so, what I'm going to be doing for the next 7 days, I'm going to be doing a water fast just to kind of flush my system out of all the things I got going on and just give my system a reset. Luckily, with us doing the ADF, we've been already sort of on top of things and already got some momentum going. And I mentioned that to him, and he was just like, awesome. The fact that you guys are making the changes, you're watching the sodium, you're watching the the sugar and things like that. It's just I was already a bigger guy, so I already had some underlying issues, and I've been making improvements, but though some of those issues are still there and still prevalent. He's like, so it's good to see that you already taking that initiative. So what I'm going to be doing is taking it a little step further and try to really attack some things a little quicker. So we're going to go and engage in a water fast. After that water fast, we're going to engage into like a just more so of a fresh and raw sort of lifestyle and just make some changes where it's needed. Right now, the blood pressure is a real thing. I noticed that I do deal with that. It's been a lot better. I used to wake up in hands and feet, as I mentioned before in my previous videos, hands and feet real tight, uh, wrist real tight and sort of itchy. And I knew that was just blood pressure. I knew that was me dealing with that. And from the way I eat, probably had like a late night meal or whatever I ate the previous day was super salty, and there were a lot of times I want a lot of sauce, I want a lot of flavor, I want a lot of salt. And I have to, I had to kind of wean myself from that. And I've been doing that the past few weeks. And I know as I wake up, I feel great. My wrist, my hands, my ankles, all that feels great. I can tell there's a huge difference walking around or exercising. I don't tense up as quickly. My body responds a lot easier to exercise and things like that. I'm more active. So we are making the necessary changes. So we're just gonna kind of double down on a few things and really try to cut out any of the processed, any of the refined things, anything cooked for just a couple of months. I want to try that out for a couple of months. Maybe we'll try it out for 30 days. And I want to do fresh, uh, fresh, raw, just whole foods. Nothing processed, no cheeses, no meat replacers, no snacks and all that stuff, and junk food, chips, none of that. Just fruits, vegetables. as clean as I can get it. Nothing cooked, no salt, at none of that. Just as simple and chill as I can get it. Juicing on some days. Maybe some days I'll do salads. Some days I'll do just some fruit. If I get hungry, just grab some fruit, grab some vegetables, and eat that if I want to chew on something. But I want to keep it as simple as possible. I want to run this program for about 30 days, maybe a month. I definitely want to run it this first 2 weeks to see how my blood pressure will respond. See, can I drop those levels, and see, can I drop that weight? The weight being dropping will directly help me out in that blood pressure area, period. Anyway, right now we're sitting at around in that 270 range, 275, something like that. So I want to drop that down as low as I can get it, but safely. At the same time, no matter what we're doing, making sure we're listening to our body, making sure that we're being smart, that we're not doing these extreme crash courses and not paying attention to how we feel and not paying attention to different health markers. So we'll be doing everything responsibly and just kind of pacing it. If I feel like the water fast, we're doing it for 7 days. If I feel like it's getting a little too much, we'll just switch to juicing and incorporate some vegetables, incorporate some fruits, so that we can be well nourished. Um, but that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be transitioning from the way we normally would eat, which I would eat whatever. I would eat like vegan pizzas, macaroni, some pastas. I'll have salads here and there, nachos, tacos, all vegan, of course, but making it vegan, there's so much I have to do to it. And that's what was getting me. So we're going to cut back all of that. You know, my health is extremely important. I have to be here for my girls. I have to be here for my wife. I have to be here for my family. And my taste buds is just not that important. Um, there's some things you just gotta reprioritize. Some things you just gotta simply rewire and reprogram. And this will be one of them. It's just lifestyle changes that I have to make due to lifestyles that I was living previously. It's just that's just the way it has to go. Um, I'm going to try my best to eliminate as much of that sodium and stuff like that as possible. Give my body the best chance to recuperate. Um, give my body the best chance to recuperate. Give my body the best chance to recover, rebuild. Engaging into that autophagy through responsible fasting responsibly, and not just doing these crash courses. Um, so me and my wife, we went and got something to eat today, and just kind of got like our last hoorah, I guess. And tomorrow, that's when we're starting everything. So I'll be picking up some more water. I'll be picking up some more fresh fruits, vegetables, and things like that, so I can engage into uh, this fresh whole foods sort of a lifestyle, and try to slowly incorporate it to where I can make it into a lifestyle. Everything that I'm doing my best to keep everything lifestyle oriented. I don't want to do any diets and things like that. I want to everything I want to incorporate. I want to keep it where it can be feasible. Me and Tammy were talking about that earlier and making a point that if it isn't feasible, you won't be able to incorporate it into a lifestyle. And you don't want to do things to where you're not able to enjoy it. You want to keep things where you're still able to enjoy it and have fun. So I'm going to be researching, different raw vegan things like that, alternatives and recipes and things like that that are low sodium, um, low sugar to no sugar. I try to keep any sugar out of my diet. The only sugars that I try to ingest is some the ones that are natural, and even those I try not to get too many of them. We have bananas here, things like that at the house, different fruits, and I try not to engage in that too much. Mainly, I like berries. I'll hit an apple every here and there. Some avocados, but for the most part, I try to stay away from stuff that is super super sweet, so far as fruits. Um, so we're going to try to engage in as least amount of sugar as possible and salt. The sugar hasn't really been an issue, but when it comes to me trying to engage in autophagy as much as I can, that's going to be key. So it's gonna nearly be. I don't know if I'm. I don't know if I'm engaged in a keto and a raw keto sort of a deal, because that's going to be extremely difficult. A raw keto, that's going to be extremely difficult. It's already so slate, it's like such a slim amount of choices that you have. You will pretty much just be just hitting up greens uh the whole time, which I don't mind doing that for like a short period of time. But that's gonna be so narrow, and I know it won't be much that I can really enjoy with that. And then you got to make sure you get the calories up, and you got to make sure you have the proper amount of fats. So doing something like that is going to be a little difficult. But I do want to get away from as much sugar as possible. So this is what we're going to be engaging. We're going to be engaging this for the next, like I say, definitely 2 weeks. But we're going to aim for a month to engage in this to see where we're at. We're going to be logging everything weekly instead of daily. So instead of me coming in every single day and this weight is this weight is that, we'll do it weekly. And I may chime in every here and there and just kind of give you guys an update throughout the week. But I was trying to do it every single day and log everything every day. And I know I just wasn't able to keep up with it as easily. I've been doing a pretty good job. So far, we got maybe about 7 or 8 videos that we've uploaded, but we'll just do it weekly and I'll chime in every here and there. I may send like a little shorts video on YouTube, little 15-second video of me hopping on the scale, because I do check that every day. So I may upload me hopping on the scale and just seeing what the number is at that day. But I would like to just do more so weekly weigh-ins. Do a weekly weigh-in, and someone was asking me to do what I eat in the days. With the next couple of weeks, I really won't be doing a whole lot of different recipes and things like that. It's going to mainly be that water that first week, and then that second week, we're going to be juicing. So I'll definitely try my best to incorporate some footage of whatever I'm juicing that day. I may juice, have like three of them, 3 or 4 of them each day: a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe some in between stuff. Um, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. That's our current situation. Um, like I said, your health is important. So engage in that health, engage and try to make the best choices to optimize your health. And that's what me and my wife are at right now. I wasn't thinking about setting any doctor's appointments, but she was definitely on it and wanted to make sure we get checkups and be at our best health. So that's my situation right now. I will update you guys more on what's going on in the next couple of days. Like I said, tomorrow we will be starting the water fast tomorrow, and we're aiming for 7 days. We want to just reset the body as much as possible, and then coming out of that fast, I'll be talking with you guys about that as well, and my best way and the best POA plan of action to come out of that fast as responsible and as safely and as responsible as possible. That is it for this video, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.